Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Arsenal defender Nuno Tavares completed his move to Marseille. Arsenal defender Nuno Tavares has completed a season-long loan move to French club Olympique Marseille. Journalist Sam Blitz has claimed that Arsenal were right to allow Nuno Tavares to leave on loan after he agreed a deal to move to Marseille. The defender picked up his fair share of minutes last season in the absence of Kieran Tierney to injury and even retained a first-team role after the Scot had recovered before his defensive weaknesses began to be exposed. His minutes in the latter part of the campaign were increasingly limited after being exposed at the back, and Blitz has told Sky Sports that it was the right decision to let him leave this summer. It was unlikely that Nuno Tavares was going to usurp Kieran Tierney in the left-back position, Sam Blitz told Sky Sports News. In fact, Tavares wasn't probably expected to play as many as 28 times last season. The Portuguese defender looked promising in places, but individual errors let him down. There is not quite the same trust in Tavares that other fringe players at Arsenal have. The club clearly believes he has the potential to be a top player in the future, otherwise we would have allowed him to join Atalanta instead of refusing to include an option to buy in his loan move. He has great qualities going forward, but the lack of composure when passing backwards proved costly more than once, and he can hopefully work on that in France with Marseille. Monza exploring move for Arsenal outcast Pablo Mari, Football Italia. Monza have reportedly opened talks with Arsenal to discuss a possible move for transfer-listed defender Pablo Mari. The 28-year-old Spaniard returned to North London earlier this month after a fairly positive season on loan with Udinese. He hasn't been included in Mikel Arteta's project at the club, and they are now working to rehome him ahead of the rapidly approaching season. As detailed by TMW, Monza sporting director Adriano Galliani has contacted Arsenal to explore the parameters of a deal for Mari, believing he could be the right reinforcement for the defense. The newly promoted side have already been incredibly active in the transfer market this summer, and they have shown no signs of slowing down as the Serie A season approaches, wanting to try and avoid a relegation battle entirely. Contracted to Arsenal until 2024, Mari has an statement market value of around €5 million and could likely be signed in a fairly low-cost deal this summer. Pablo Mari was highly linked with a move to Werner, but according to journalist Luca Bendon, Mari has refused to join Turkish side Werner. Bellerin to have Arsenal contract terminated in order to facilitate move. Hector Bellerin could soon be returning to Real Betis after a successful spell with the La Liga side last season. The right-back's contract with Arsenal expires next summer, and the Gunners have spent the current window looking for a way out for the 27-year-old in order to receive a fee. According to Tojo Vigac's, Arsenal have given up on that option and are now willing to terminate Bellerin's contract in order for him to complete a move to Real Betis. The Gunners will at least save money on his salary despite missing out on a transfer fee. Should the termination come to fruition, Real Betis will acquire Bellerin's services for free and will become one of the best paid players in Pellegrini's squad. The Spaniard is set to sign a 3-year deal with Real Betis and will be looking to continue the form he produced regularly last season. Bellerin performed as one of the best right-backs in La Liga during the last campaign, and the 27-year-old ended up collecting a Copa del Rey winner's medal along the way. His departure from Arsenal will end his 11-year association with the London club, where he played 239 times and won 3 FA Cups. Arsenal boss Arteta says that Odegaard makes Gabby better. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta has again stated he's counting on William Saliba this season. The defender continues to be linked with Marseille, but after the victory over Sevilla, Arteta said, "It's about the connection between all the players, all the units, the intensity, the willingness to win the ball as high as possible on the pitch. In the moment we give the ball away, how the team reacts, how compact we are, how willing we are when that press is beaten to get back and be compact again. It's just a team effort, individually and collectively. They are really living the game in every single wall, and this is what we demand them to do." Arteta also spoke of the connection between Odegaard and Gabriel Jesus. "Yes, obviously, I think he makes Gabby better, and he needs a threat in front of him because he is a player that can find the last pass at any moment when he's in closer or open spaces, and we need someone to make him look better. And I think the connection is already there, and with the wingers too, and I am really happy with that. Mikel Arteta admits Arsenal remain active in the transfer window. Arsenal have moved to bring in 5 signings already this summer, but manager Mikel Arteta isn't quite ready to stop. The Gunners have bolstered most areas of the team, adding Zinchenko, who can play at left back and at central midfield, Gabriel Jesus up front, and with Marquinhos and Fabio Vieira to bring extra in behind the Brazilian. Matt Turner has also joined and is expected to fill in as our new second choice shot stopper, while William Saliba's return from loan also poses as a new signing also. Charles Watts claimed that he wasn't expecting much more movement from us in regards to incomings this summer, but Arteta seems to have other ideas. Mikel Arteta on Arsenal plan. We are still hoping to do something else if the market allows. You have seen some movement in the last few days as well. We want to get the perfect balance and the plan we wanted from the beginning. I'd still like to see another central midfield or winger added to the squad, but I do wonder if we have to offload Nicolas Pepe and Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Which position do you think we should be most actively seeking improvement? Manchester City looking to beat Arsenal to Paqueta deal. Manchester City have asked agent Kia Jorbashian to help them seal a move for Lucas Paqueta, with Mediafoot reporting that they hope to beat Arsenal to the midfielder's signature. Paqueta has been one name fans of Premier League clubs have heard a lot about this summer, and it has been the Gunners who have been most heavily linked with the Brazilian international. In fact, reports claimed Arsenal are the side most interested in the 24-year-old. Lyon, meanwhile, have wanted £55 million for the goal-scorer midfielder. But Mikel Arteta is going to have to see off some serious competition if he hopes to sign Paqueta. Mediafoot reports that Manchester City are eyeing the former AC Milan man in case Bernardo Silva leaves, and they have now asked Kia to help make a move happen quickly should Bernardo move on. It will be interesting to see whether Manchester City's interest prompts Arsenal to act. Obviously, it appears that the citizens will only make their move should the Portuguese leave the Etihad Stadium first. That leaves the door open for the Gunners, admittedly. There are plenty of hurdles to clear. Lyon wants a considerable sum for Paqueta, and reports have suggested that he's not particularly keen to move to the Emirates, but Arsenal want to end a brilliant summer window on a high, and Paqueta is an extraordinary talent who could be absolutely ideal for Mikel Arteta's midfield, and it would be a real statement if they could now beat Manchester City to his signature. It would be a surprise if any of the busier sides were prepared to pay £55 million on anyone in the final weeks of the window, but it says something that the links are just not going away. Arsenal crazy about Cesare Casadei. Inquiry has been made. Arsenal made an inquiry about Cesare Casadei, with La Repubblica reporting that the Gunners are one of the Premier League sides who are crazy about the Inter Milan prospect. Casadei is attracting plenty of attention this summer. The 19-year-old is actually yet to make his competitive debut for the Nerazzurri. However, he has gained lots of experience at the various youth levels. The teenager actually boasts a hugely impressive goal-scoring record from the centre of midfield, and it seems that Inter may face a fight to keep him at San Siro. La Repubblica reports that both Arsenal and Chelsea have made an inquiry for Casadei. In fact, the Premier League admirers are crazy about the Italy under-19 international. Inter will sell for around £17 million. Both clubs felt that that price was too high. However, La Repubblica reports that Chelsea are now planning a fresh offer in the coming days. Arsenal will surely back themselves should they go back into the race to sign Casadei. Obviously, Chelsea have been very successful recruiting young players down the years, and it has provided a key revenue stream for the Blues, but Arsenal's transfer policy has changed in the last couple of years. They have signed some outstanding players who have the peaks of their careers ahead of them, and crucially, they have made sure that there is a pathway to the first team for the younger players signed. so Kessie would be able to set his sights on featuring for Mikel Arteta if he made the move to the Emirates. But it would certainly appear that Arsenal may need to soften their stance slightly and attempt to reach a compromise with Inter if they still hope to strike a deal. Arsenal make Jarrod Bowen enquiry. West Ham United have received an inquiry from their Premier League rivals Arsenal regarding the availability of star player Jarrod Bowen, according to Football London. The right winger made a name for himself in the English top flight last season after putting on a number of emphatic displays which saw him back 12 goals and 12 assists for the Irons. He led from the front in the Hammers' unbelievable Europa League campaign before the side bowed out to Eintracht Frankfurt in the competition's semi-final. As a result, he received a well-deserved call-up to the England national team in June 2022, for whom he has already made 4 appearances. According to a report by Football London, Arsenal have made an inquiry over a potential transfer for the West Ham winger. Bowen's current contract runs until 2025, and the Hammers plan to offer him an improved deal at the end of the transfer window. As per a previous report from CBS journalist Ben Jacobs, the Irons really don't want to sell. Aside from his dominant goal-scoring record, Bowen's underlying status illustrated just how important he is to David Moyes' side. Compared with positional peers across Europe over the past year, the 25-year-old ranks highly in several defensive metrics, leading the Hammers' press from the front along with Michail Antonio via FBRF. Hailed as an unbelievable player by Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp, it's easy to see why Arsenal would be keen on adding the England international to their ranks. However, with his huge importance to West Ham's success, a move away from his current club appears very unlikely. Arsenal weigh up shock bid for unhappy Chelsea striker Timo Werner. Arsenal are considering a move for Timo Werner, and the Chelsea striker is open to the switch. Werner is unsettled at Chelsea and weighing up his future this summer. Sky Deutschland says Werner is aware of a growing interest in his transfer and would prefer Old Club RB Leipzig or Arsenal over Newcastle if he leaves Chelsea. The striker is more interested in winning honours than earning big bucks, and they claim that means Newcastle are only outsiders should Chelsea decide to loan him out or sell. In the meantime, Arsenal and RB Leipzig are also weighing up a move for Werner. Werner has struggled to have the impact he wanted at Chelsea, despite being part of Thomas Tuchel's Champions League winning team. The German striker has often struggled for goals, missing countless big chances and becoming more of a winger than main striker for Chelsea. It would be interesting to see if Werner went to Arsenal and succeeded. He does work hard, he just lacks the end of product of a player who cost £50 million plus for the Blues. A fresh start is probably needed for the German. A move to Arsenal does seem unlikely now, although you just never know with the Gunners this window. As for Newcastle, well, they do want a new wide forward player and could see Werner as ideal, but Werner is not keen on Newcastle now. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.